Two objects in our sky look almost exactly the same size, and the odds of that being true are so long, most astronomers just shrug and call it a coincidence. The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun, and it also happens to sit 400 times closer to Earth, which means, from right here on the ground, they appear to be the same size, not approximately, not roughly, almost exactly. And when the moon slides in front of the sun at just the right angle, something happens that should not be possible on most worlds: a perfect cover. The sun vanishes, and something hidden behind it all along finally comes into view. What you're seeing blazing on the lower left side of the moon right now is called the diamond ring. One last sliver of sunlight pouring through a gap in the lunar mountains just as totality begins. It lasts maybe a second or two. You can't look at it without eye protection. And then it's gone, and the corona takes over, that ghostly white halo that surrounds the sun at all times but is completely invisible in daylight. This photo was taken on August 12th, 2026, at 17 hours, 33 minutes, and 26 seconds UTC, somewhere along Rype Fjord on the east coast of Greenland. The photographer got there by sea, specifically to outrun cloud cover. Look at the bottom of the frame. Those are the clouds they were dodging. Dark, low, threatening to ruin everything. A gap opened just in time, and this image is likely one of the first unobstructed photos taken anywhere along that day's path of totality. The shadow had started in the Arctic Ocean, then swept across Greenland, Iceland, Portugal, and into northern Spain, a track only about 160 kilometers wide. Miss that strip of ground, and you see nothing. Stand inside it, and the sky turns dark in the middle of the afternoon. There's a word astronomers use for the size match between the moon and the sun, as seen from Earth. They call it a coincidence. But it feels like something else when you're standing under a darkened sky at 3 in the afternoon, watching a ring of fire last one single second before the corona opens up around you. What would you even call a coincidence that big? And is there any world out there lucky enough to have one too? We'll be back tomorrow with whatever the selector finds next. Subscribe so you don't have to remember to check.